So this is the road. Once you get off, this is a good part of the road. Once you get off the interstate, up here at that road sign is where you're going to make a left. This is a little bit rockier than you can tell from online. But, oh yeah, it's rocky. I wanted to show you too, it is actually quite picturesque around with the mountains that kind of surround this whole area. This is Apache Road. We make a left. And there's like a big ravine right there. I don't know if it shows on here. And this is, again, Rocky Road. Okay, this is Apache Road. It's a nice big wide road. And then, of course, the mountains are out here again. You can see a little bit of the hilly terrain. And out there is someone that looks like maybe living in an RV. And coming up here, you can see this road that goes to the right. It is called Lorton. Yeah, you can't read that. It's too shady. Anyway, this is Lorton Road, and we make a right. Okay, so this is, we're on Lorton Road. It is probably the rockiest so far. And yes, there are people out here. You can see lots of RVs. Yeah, it looks like somebody living in an RV there. There is a house there. I'll show you all this when we get there, and it's not so. But this street is called Alachuk. And the very next intersection, probably from the top of this hill on, is our property. So
this is the stream that's part of that.
this stream cuts across the northwest corner of our property. Not as and these, I don't think these are really dead, these tall spindly bushes. I think that they are just dormant for the winter, and I think they turn green during the spring. There's a nice big hill right there. And this is actually, I believe, our property right here. It has a driveway. Okay, so we are actually looking straight down what is called Anagam Road. We are parked in the middle of it, and as you can see, it goes just a little bit down from me and stops. And I'll show you why in a little bit, because I believe that it stops at a ravine where the stream goes through. And that would be, well, we'll figure it out. But we are to the left. Our property is to the left of this road. You can see there's somebody living in an RV over there. But again, look at the scenic mountains that surround this area. And it's actually quite picturesque, these mountains over here. Quite cliffy and craggy. And we're going to walk the property. I'm going to take some pictures, and I might pick this up and show you what's at the end of the road here. Okay, don't know if you can tell this. I'll zoom it out a little bit. But there's like a row. That's the property line. It's like this row of rocks that goes like all the way up the side of the property. I don't know.
That's where they cleared the road.
Lynn says that's where they cleared the road. And I'm gonna walk out here and show you this is why the road ends.
Ravine's not on the property.
This ravine is north of the property. Our property ends just before it. Okay, and you can see,
Stick.
okay, there's a stick right there. That is probably the back corner of the property. So I'm standing a couple of feet inside that line. And so that's the property, and you can kind of see, I hope it shows in the video, where the ravine, the riverbed goes through it. We are actually elevated from that. You can kind of tell, I mean, how that's not level land. That's a hill in front of us here, and it goes down, and I'm actually looking downhill. So that's all. But the property has a gentle slope that goes downhill towards the ravine. And that ravine cuts through the northwest corner of the property. And then that right there is our chunk of land, right there. And you can see how far back from the truck it goes. The truck is right at the intersection of Lorton and Anagam Road, and the property is to the right. Okay, this is the riverbed. And I think this is like the back corner of the property. There's the truck. You can maybe see it up there. It's not a bad piece of property. It's just all downhill.
This is probably the lowest point on the property.
Lynn says this is probably that northwest corner where it goes through, the lowest point on the property. And then you can see behind him, that's a uphill. Right, I mean like straight uphill. So there's lots of flora and fauna around. Okay, we are in the general location of the west boundary of the property, the southwest corner it would be. There's the truck, I can see it. there. And that's the property. It's got a lot of those big tall bush things. Plus that barrel cactus that I took a picture of and I'll embed in the video. And then down there is the street sign for the next street, which is Alichuk. And there's just two pieces of property, that piece of property and this piece. So this is ours. And it's actually a more level piece than that one. That one is like totally downhill. There's no flat area on it. And yeah, and the river bed goes like right there, right through the center of that piece of property, just through the upper, like I said, northwest corner of ours. So this is it. We found it. Don't know what we're gonna do with it, but we found it. Yay!